My name is Ben Hayward. I'm competing on the Whitewater kayaking team for Canada. I'm competing in 2 events. I'm in the men's single kayak and the men's double canoe. The rules for navigating the gates is you do have to get your full head and a little bit of your boat into the gate, but as soon as just a little bit of your chin is outside of the pole, you get a 50-second penalty and you're out of the race. Going out kayaking is always the best thing. Always have fun doing it. And at different times of the year, we try to prepare psychologically, and that's one thing I've really been trying to refine in the last year is like you can get into this flow where you're just working with the water. You're not even thinking about the paddle strokes you're taking. It's like driving a car. You're not thinking about twisting the wheel to the right. You just kind of do it. What that allows me to do is, like, there's only so many things you can think about during a race run, and so if I can just kind of think about the lines I need to take rather than a certain paddle stroke, effectively makes the run a lot faster. And so one way I wanted to try and get the best access to training venues over in Europe would be to reduce my expenses on hotels and rental cars, and so I combined them both in this camper van, and then I ended up building it from scratch, which ended up being kind of cool. I'm pretty much living at the Whitewater course, which makes training super convenient. I can kind of, wake up an hour before my session and get a coffee, have some breakfast, and then just kind of get out there. And so it's actually made life really, really easy as far as not having to worry about the commute all the time and just having everything you need right there. Typical days during training, during our race season, we tend to be tapering a bit more and trying to conserve energy, and so it's training once or twice a day, just trying to learn the course, refine technique, do a little bit of fast-paced work, and then in the winter we're training 5-6 hours a day, trying to really build that lactic threshold and have a lot more intensity during the off-season. I guess in the fall of 2012 I was off getting shoulder surgery and then was basically out of the boat for 6 months, but just by kind of getting in and racing team trials the next spring with a body that didn't hurt anymore, I was able to race faster than I ever had before. Our sport's first time in the games is going to be like a really exciting one. I know we're all really excited to get to go to the opening ceremonies, and all eyes are focused on the Pan Ams because that's actually also going to be our Olympic qualifier for next year. Minden's actually great for having an awesome series of whitewater, but in a lot of natural rivers it's hard to find that kind of density of features. The difference between artificial and whitewater courses is the artificial courses you have kind of solid concrete walls that are making up the riverbank, and so when water hits that, it bounces directly back into the river, and what that can create is surges, and you get kind of unpredictability in the river sometimes. Minden or other natural courses like it, you have rocks that make up the riverbank that water can kind of flow in between them, and so you get a much more consistent gradient of water. I prefer kind of racing on courses like Minden. Minden is one of my favorite rivers in the world. So, I mean, the result is always nice, but the main goal is to just go out and have a great time, and that's usually what ends up being the best, is because I'm out there having fun, and that's kind of all that matters. And then that's kind of the way I've always laid down all of my fastest run times, is just going out and having fun.